Hello and welcome to Engrossing Agriculture, one stop for agriculture. In this video, we'll learn about crop production. We will not learn the definition and principles of crop production, but we'll learn the different headings which we need to study any plant which has agriculture importance, which can be a agronomical plant or a horticultural plant. So if there is a question which arises in a university exam, which include state the production technology of wheat, rice, tomato, brinjal or any other similar fruit or crop, these are the various headings which you need to understand while answering that particular question. So here's a list of various headings that you should include, that you have to include in crop production. That means while studying any plant, how to cultivate the plant, you must include these headings and understand them one by one. Introduction, origin, area and distribution, classification, botanical description, climatic requirement, soil, varieties, cropping system, field preparation, seed and sowing, manures and fertilizers, irrigation, weed control, disease and pests, and last harvesting and yield. We will go through each of the heading one by one. Let's start with introduction. Introduction. While we talk about any crop, for example, here we have tomato, which is a horticulture plant. So, introduction will talk about social importance of crop. That means how in various day-to-day activities tomato is helpful. If we talk about rice, then how is rice socially impacting, such as ritual practices, religion such as we use it in marriage ceremonies and all the social importance of the crop. Then economic importance, that is the contribution of the crop in the national economy. That means how much of the percentage of the crop is even exported or how much it's being abundant in the country. That all are economical importance. Nutrition values are the various nutrition present in the crop, such as apple has various nutrition values, wheat has different nutrition values. So we must include how much protein content is there, how much carbohydrate content is there, fat content is there. So all the nutrition values are included in introduction. Next is origin, area and production. These are the different two headings. In origin, have to write down in examination that how and where the crop has originated. That means, for example, wheat, if we take, wheat has an origin of Tajikistan. So we will start with Tajikistan, and if there are any other historical records of wheat, we will also learn them. And for example, rice and banana has origin of India. So there are different origins for different crops. Next, we have to include area under production in both India and world. So total area under production, you have to remember it. But if you do not remember all of the area in production, you must remember the country and the state with maximum area under production. Next we have production. Production means how much amount of the crop we are producing. In both India and world, if you can remember the number, it's well and good. But if you cannot remember, you have to remember the country and the state of India which has maximum production of the particular crop. Now productivity. What is productivity? Production per unit area. If the production per unit area of a state is high, that does not mean, always remember, that does not mean the production of that area will be also be high. That, for example, if we take example of rice and wheat, the rice productivity is more in West Bengal, but production is more in Punjab. So you must remember this thing. As you can see here, there are different origins of different crops. Banana in India, maize in Mexico, and such as tomato in South America. So there are different origins of different crops. Classification plus botanical description. Classification, which we have learned in 11th and class 12, the botanical classification of the crop, but we need not include the further higher level of classification, just the family, genus and species. You must also include the number of chromosomes that particular crop has, along with the number of species and genus of the crop and number of cultivated species in India. For example, the rice has 3 species. but in India only one species is grown. So that is the number of cultivated species in India and of the world. Then the next heading will be botanical description. The plant description, that is the plant height, such as given the figure, plant height along with growing habits. What are growing habits? If it is an annual plant or a perennial plant, then all these are included in the growth habits. Description of all the plants. That means we must keep like heading of roots, then explain what types of roots are there, then stem, what type of stem is there, then leaves, what kind of leaves are there, the grain, the seed. So there are different parts of the plant, we have to explain all of them. Climatic requirement, as the word suggests, the climate requirement for the growth of the crop, in which agroclimatic zone and agroecological zone the plant grows best. We must include those agroclimatic and agroecological zones. If you don't know what are agroclimatic and agroecological zones, I will be uploading a video in the playlist of agronomy on agroclimatic and ecological zones. Next we have rainfall requirement, amount of rainfall the particular crop require, average mean temperature, that is the range. We always study the range of minimum and the maximum temperature that a plant can tolerate. We also have optimum temperature range for vegetative growth and reproductive growth. Vegetative phase we have germination plus growth stage, the vegetative growth stage. Vegetative phase we have flowering plus fruiting. That is, and at what optimum temperature is favors flowering and fruiting, and what optimum temperature range favors germination and growth. Soil requirements. In soil, we will have to quote the type of soil required. That means whether it is loamy soil, sandy soil, or alluvial soil. So whichever type of soil is required for the crop, we must quote that type of soil in the heading under soil. The pH range is very important for the heading of soil. We must know whether the plant can tolerate a slightly acidic pH or a slightly alkaline pH. Best and most suitable soil along with the occurrence. That means which is the best soil. These were the type of soil required. In all this type of soil, the plant can grow. But if the soil is loamy, that will be best suited for the crop. Then we have the occurrence. That in northern plains of India, loamy soil is more abundant. That means the plant will be able to grow here in a higher yield. Next topic will be variety. Under the topic variety, we have to include most popular variety of the particular crop. Then we have research center of the crop. There are different research such as of potato. The research center is in Kullu. So all these research centers we have to include under the topic variety. Now we also must remember the best variety for the popular states such as Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana. If we take example of wheat, then which wheat variety is best suited for Punjab, for Haryana and for Uttar Pradesh. Similar for others such as rice and all. Now rice is cultivated even in south. So which states such as West Bengal, Andhra, Karnataka, which variety of rice suits best for these states? Cropping system. Cropping system include crop rotation systems. Crop rotation means if we are growing cotton, then which crop we should grow after cotton, then after that crop which another crop should we grow, and then again it will come back to cotton. So the cycle of crop rotation, we must know the cycle of crop rotation, and there are multiple crop rotation systems for a particular crop. So we can remember 3 to 4 crop system at one time. We must include intercropping and mixed cropping. What is intercropping? That means in a field, if we have margins, then rice here, other bee plant here, then again rice, and again bee plant. So intercropping of a different plant is done. So we must know which plant can be grown with the other crop. Mixed cropping is random cropping. It does not include a symmetrical alignment, it's a random. Next we have another system suitable for a crop. Then there are various other cropping systems such as synergistic cropping, relay cropping, there and many other. In synergistic cropping, example is sugarcane plus potato, and relay has various examples. There will be a video on cropping system. You can learn more about cropping system in that video. Field preparation. In field preparation, we must know the characters of suitable seed bed. If you are growing sugarcane or if you are growing cotton, then what kind of seed bed is required for the cultivation of the same crop? That is the characteristics suitable for the seed bed. Number of tillage operations. That means what are different manipulation of soils we need to carry out for preparation of the perfect seed bed and the field. Number of plowing depends upon the availability of tractor. If we have tractor, the number of plowing are less, and we do not have tractor, the number of plowings are more. Number of harrowing and planking requirement. Then all these are required for the field preparation. Seed and seed sowing. We must choose a proper seed. It should not be damaged. It should not have genetic impurities. There is selection of seed. Now, how do we do the seed treatment? That is included. First point. After this, we include best suited sowing method, such as we have to broadcast it, or we have to do drilling or dibbling. These are different sowing methods. Seed rate, how much seed is required per unit area. The unit can be in hectare, in acres, whichever is suitable. Sowing time, that means if we are growing kharif, then at what time, and rabi at what time, and more specifically if we are growing wheat, that is rabi crop. So if you are growing wheat, and then at what time sowing should be done, in October to November, or is early maturity, then the sowing time changes. So all these factors affect sowing time. Spacing, row to row space and plant to plant space. The space between these two is the row to row, and plant to plant is the space between these two plants. So this is the plant to plant spacing. This is specified for every crop. See sowing depth, that you all know. Manures and fertilizers. Amount of FIM required per hectare. Best suiting application fertilizer, say you have to spray it or basal treatment, what kind of application we have to do, and formulation, we have to use a liquid formulation or a spray formulation. These are the best formulation for the crop. Ratio of the NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Critical stage of application, such as nitrogen is majority given in 2 doses. The first dose is before sowing, second dose is at flowering or any other stage. We must know this critical stage of application of the fertilizers. Deficiency symptoms of essential nutrients. Of all the NPK, we must know the deficiency symptoms. What are the deficiency symptom in a particular crop, so that we can apply it on time. Irrigation. Number of pre-sowing irrigation, that means before sowing the seed, how much irrigation that the crop require. Best suited method, flooding, drip irrigation, spray irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, all the different types of irrigation that is suitable for the particular crop. Number of post sowing and critical stages requirement. This is the most important in irrigation. We must know what is the critical stage. The plant require irrigation or watering at flowering stage or root initiation stage or at which stage. Weed control and disease pests. We must know number major weeds of the particular crop. Clean period duration. Clean duration means that the number of days that the particular crop need to remain weed free, so that it does not affect its yield. Now, effect on yield. If we have a heavy infestation of weed, then how much percentage of yield is affected by that particular weed infestation. Time period weeding, such as 2 weeks after sowing or 4 weeks after sowing, we must do hand weeding or hoeing. We must have weedicide which can be used for that particular weed and in that particular crop. Disease, these are simple. For any simple disease, we must have to know name of the disease, causative agent, like it is a bacteria, then name of bacteria, viral disease, name of the virus, symptoms, precautions and cure. disease cannot be cured once they take place. So we must know the precautions of all disease, and if it takes place, such as if it's bacterial disease, there are different cures. If it is a fungal disease, then also there are different cures. So we must know the cure, which will be a pesticide. Next one, name of the pest. If it is a pest infestation, stage is at which pests infect. Stage means it infect the plant at larva stage or nymph stage or in form of a adult. Symptoms. In symptoms we must know where the plant is getting affected, such as if it is stem borer, it will affect the stem. Leaf sucker, it will affect the leaf. We must know precautions and the cure. Last but not the least is the harvesting and yield. We must know the maturity index of the crop, such as in wheat it should be change of color is important. The moisture amount in the seed is also very important. In the fruits, if we have studied for horticulture, in fruits maturity indexes are really important for picking off a properly ripened fruit. Best method of harvesting and extraction, it means such in the picture is a sickle, which there is a manual harvesting, but we can also use machines like combiner or harvester for doing the same. Extraction means threshing in form of crops and other extractions in for horticulture farm. This is a threshing which are being done. Post harvest processing such as retting and jute. Retting means extraction of the fiber from the jute. Oil extraction from the oil crops such as mustard, sunflower and other. It can also include sugar extractions from beetroot and sugarcane. Storage parameters, how much percentage of moisture should be present while we are storing the particular crop. Average yield of the crop in different conditions. It means how much quintal or how much kgs of the produce we are producing from the particular crop in per unit hectare per unit tree in form irrigated and rain-fed conditions. Thank you, and that was all you need to know to study properly the production technologies of any particular plant which has a agriculture importance. I'll catch you soon with another video on another interesting topic. Do hit the like button if you like the video, comment, share, and you can always find the link of this PPT in the description below. So we'll meet soon with another new video. Thank you and take care. Be safe.